coming this way. Wait a minute, hey, I'm ghosted!
By Roz Hernandez.
Oh my God, it's Hayden.
Hi.
You got bangs.
I did.
You got an alien sweater on.
That's right. I'm coming for your gig.
It really seems. Now you're a young person, but do you know the film Single White Female?
I am aware of it. I have not seen it.
It's very that. It's this lady starts pretending to be this girl she finds on the internet. Well, not on the internet. It's actually in the newspaper. It's from the 90s. She meets this girl that she's looking for a roommate. Mm-hmm. And then she slowly turns. She gets the same haircut as her.
Yeah, when I come in and I have dark hair, that's when you really need to worry.
Well, that's when the lawyers will be involved.
Okay, good. And you have much better lawyers than me, I'm sure.
You'll be hearing from my people.
I can't wait.
How are you, dear?
I'm good. Beautiful day. Feeling good.
By the time this episode comes out, you and I will have been to a premiere of a feature-length documentary film that we are both in.
That's right.
Which is weird because at the time of the recording, it hasn't even been announced yet.
Yeah.
Right?
It hasn't been announced yet. And also, neither of us have seen it. So we have no idea how we're going to come out.
We're hoping for the best.
I think that, it could go either way. I think we could look really great. I think also,
What if they cut us out completely?
I know that you're not cut out. I think...
Well, that would just be crazy.
I mean, they could
me
never.
out.
I think that your apartment is for sure going to be in
How do you know that?
Well, because I talked to the director.
Oh.
Talked to Ro.
Yeah, they did come to my home and film. And
as they should, it's gorgeous.
Knock it off.
Sorry.
You've stayed there.
I have.
But anyway, I want to talk to you about ghosts.
Ooh.
You've been on this pod before. Have you seen a ghost since then?
I really want to tell you yes, but...
Jiha, who booked this person?
I can't say that I have. I feel like if I saw a ghost, I would text you immediately.
That's usually what happens. I get a text from someone in the middle of the night that'll be like, I'm at this hotel and I think I saw a ghost. And I'm like, bitch, you're not coming on my podcast.
Do people DM you, just like strangers, saying, hey, I think I'm being haunted, or asking for help of any kind?
Yeah. I get conservative men that will send me messages.
They're worried about something else.
There'll be like some eagle in like the picture, and then they'll be like, hey, can you possess my butthole?
Yeah, they're like, there's actually there's a ghost in my briefs.
Nasty ass tighty whities with streaks in them. But anyway,
God, the life we lead.
It's fun and it's easy.
Oh, can I tell you something crazy that happened to me the other day?
Please.
A boy called me an egg.
An egg?
Yes. You know this term.
Now what? I'm like 48 years old. I don't know any of the things that people your age talk about.
Well, people like an egg is like what you call like a trans woman who hasn't come out yet. Like somebody that like you think is like, they're starting to grow out their hair, they're starting to wear a little makeup.
They call that an egg?
They call that an egg. And like when people figure out that they're trans.
Eggs are expensive.
Eggs are more expensive than ever. It's a bad time to be an egg, that's for sure.
Oh my God.
You do not want to be an egg right now. But somebody just thought that I was a trans person in the closet. And I was at a night with all the furries and pups. And you, of course, know the furries and the pups.
Love them. Can't get enough.
Love them. Can't get enough. But so they call me an egg. And then I go, I'm no egg. I'm a chicken. I'm a full chicken.
Fully formed chicken, honey.
I'm the biggest hen in the hen house.
There you go.
And then I look around.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Exactly. And then I look around at all the furries and the pups, and I go, I'm actually getting scared as the biggest hen in the hen house on account of all these foxes and wolves around, because I'm afraid one of them is going to break in to the hen house, grab me by the neck, and run off with me.
You got to be careful.
Exactly. But that's an interaction I had 2 nights ago. So that's something that's been on my mind a lot. Is I think I need to either go stealth or I need to go backwards. I got to pick going one way or the other.
Yeah, I've felt that way in my life before, where it's like you got to scramble this egg.
That's right.
Or you got to go full on Chicken Little Mama.
That's right. Maybe I'll figure that out by the end of this episode. Maybe the ghosts will have something to teach me about what direction I need to take.
Maybe. Well, it's interesting. The episode I've prepared for us today is about something that it's a life change that I consider constantly. Nuns.
Ugh.
Yes.
I love nuns.
I love nuns too. I'm like obsessed with nuns.
Did you grow up Catholic?
Yes.
Oh my God, me too.
Okay, you're coming for my gig. This is all part of the case. This is all part of the case that my lawyers will be fully informed about.
I think if I was, that would be the one thing that would stop me. I think if I learned, I have to learn about Catholicism, I think that would be the line that I would draw.
What do you mean? Of becoming a nun?
Of becoming you.
Oh.
I think if they were like, if you really want to have Roz's gig, you got to learn about Catholicism, I'd be like...
You don't know anything about Catholicism?
Well, I know everything.
Oh.
But I'm letting you know that I'm already Catholic.
Okay. How many sacraments?
So many. 3?
You did 3?
Psh,
I got you beat.
Yeah, I believe that. I feel like, did you go to a Catholic school or anything?
Yes.
Okay, me too. We had lots of nuns around there.
Did you have nuns?
Yes. I have a distinct memory of the sister who was the principal. And I'm calling her that because that's what you call a nun, not because she was a sister. But she was yelling at me because I kept being fake. I kept faking being sick to get out of school.
Oh, that's a sin.
And I remember her calling me into my office and being like, "You can't keep lying." And I was like, "I would never lie." But I was faking, of course.
I did confession, and I was like, I have nothing. I don't do.
Wow.
I don't do anything. So I go to this. Listen to how brilliant I was.
Okay.
This is my first confession ever.
Mm-hmm.
I tell the priest, I beat my sister up.
What?
And he's like, how many stitches? I don't know why he said that. I'll never forget this. He goes, how many stitches? And I goes, 7. And then he's like, okay, what else? And I was like, I lied. And he said, about what? And I said, beating my sister up and getting 7 stitches. So I made up a sin
so
that I could have a sin.
Wow.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah. And you're still the same.
Still haven't sinned since.
Still the same sinless person.
So I think about becoming a nun all the time. I think, as I go into these haunted houses and stuff, if a demon was to possess me, I would become a nun.
Mm.
I would say, God, I'm devoting everything to you.
Wow.
Yes.
You're that close.
I'm at all moments. To give up men, honey, I don't need them.
Easy. And you're not waking up a lesbian, it seems.
No.
So.
I'm just basically, just if I can just hang out with the girls and wear the same outfit every day, I don't have to worry about what I'm going to wear.
Right. You don't have to cinch that robe or anything.
No. And you can go full commando underneath that thing.
Do you think they are?
Yes, honey.
Ugh. Chilling thought.
They're just letting it all flop around underneath those.
I actually love that for them.
Yes.
That feels like it's taking something back for them.
So I love it. I love Sister Act.
Yes.
So anyway, I looked up some haunted nuns, some nun ghosts. Oh my God. And also, I have nun habits.
Whoa.
I have cheap nun habits that I got at a Party City type place.
Oh my God.
That goes around your collar.
Okay.
This goes on your head. Do you know what they call this?
No.
A habit.
Okay.
That's what they call it, a habit. That's why Sister Act 2 is called Back in the Habit.
I see.
See, it's a pun. They had fun with it.
See, I've been out of the Catholic mindset for so long.
Girl, get in. There's nothing wrong with Catholicism.
There's nothing wrong with Catholicism.
It's perfect. My name is Sister Roz.
Sister Hayden.
Wait, I think it goes around like this.
I see.
Yes, bitch. Wait, I spent like $7 on these. We're going to make it work.
Okay. We're getting close.
Okay, we're in the habits.
I'm excited.
Here we go. It's time for an episode I'm calling None of Your Business.
Very good.
Thank you. Okay, so the first one, this is like a very iconic story that we've never talked about on this podcast. So there's more details about this one than any of the others. This is the Borley Rectory Nun.
Sorry. I got lost at rectory.
The Borley Rectory.
Okay.
I hate the word rectory. It's my least favorite word.
It's a little too close to something else.
Rectory. Okay, so this is in Essex, England. In 1940, the paranormal investigator Harry Price released a book called The Most Haunted House in England. He based it on his research of the Borley Rectory. It was demolished in 1944, but it was constructed in 1862. There was another rectory there that burned down in 1841. Reports of it being a monastery go all the way back to 1362. People in England have been there for a long time.
Yeah, we forget about that.
Yeah, like we love to act like, we've been around for so long.
Oh.
So they have a nun that walks around.
Of course.
That's why we got to talk about this. So the legend goes, they say,
Work.
that she fell in love with a monk. And I'm not talking Tony Shalhoub, honey. So she falls in love with a monk. They get busted because they're not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff.
Ugh, my heart.
Guess what? They chopped his head off. She was buried alive in the walls.
What? Okay. I thought
Did you need a trigger warning?
Oh, I thought the punishment for him was going to be pretty extreme when I heard chop the head off, but buried alive in the walls is, I think, worse. I would choose chop your head off, I think.
Well, there's no historical documentation of any of this, but that's the story.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, many people have witnessed a nun walking around the grounds. In 1863 and in 1900, school children claimed that they saw a nun that was a ghost. In 1927, Reverend Guy Smith and his wife moved in, and the wife, she finds a woman's skull in a cupboard. And then apparently after the skull was found, that's when shit went down. Oh, no. We're talking footsteps. We're talking a horse-drawn carriage apparition.
Okay.
Just a full ghost of a horse-drawn carriage.
Oh, no.
They told the press, and then because of that, the Society for Cyclical Research came a knocking, and that's where Harry Price, the guy that wrote the book about it, that's where he came in. He saw shit getting thrown. They did seances. The family moved out, and in 1930, a new occupant moved in named Reverend Lionel Algerton Foister. And his wife, Mrs. Foister, and their daughter. They lived there for 5 years. They experienced windows breaking, shit getting thrown, writings appearing on the wall. The daughter was locked in a room that had no key, and the wife was thrown from bed. A psychic even said that he saw a pencil writing with no hands.
Oh my God.
They asked the ghost what it wanted, and it wrote, rest.
Aww.
But then the wife got busted banging the family's lodger.
Who?
I don't know. The family's lodger.
Ah, I see.
She was getting freaky deaky, Mrs. Foister. And she confessed that there were times when she was getting her life, but she blamed it on the sounds of the ghost. So she was like, okay, you guys, that time when you heard like, ah, fuck.
Oh,
That
my
was not
God.
a ghost. I'm sorry, you got me.
I said, "Oh my God, the ghost keeps writing slut and whore on my hand. I don't know what's happening."
She was literally like knocking shit over, getting banged. And then they were like, oh, what was that? And she was like, you guys, that was the ghost.
I live for that. I love that for her.
I know. They were like, oh my God, I swear I just heard a ghost say, ah.
If you want to cheat, move into a haunted house. That's actually a really good gig.
Not bad. So they moved out in 1935, and in 1937, Harry Price moved in with a huge team of students to study it. Then the house burned down. A new owner knocked over an oil lamp while they were moving in. So they buy this new house, knock over an oil lamp. Goodbye to the Borley Rectory. Harry Price was still obsessed with it, and he was looking at one of the alleged ghost writings, which he said that one of these ghost writings said, "The well tank bottom me."
I've written stuff like that before too.
He interpreted it as "the well tank bothers me." I don't know about that. But he believed that it was the nun saying that her body was in the well. So he went in there. He starts digging. He found 2 bones. They were pig bones. But it seemed like he was
on to something.
He was on to something. Or were they? Nobody knows. He claimed that they were human and had a proper religious burial. So I don't know.
Yeah.
If it was the nun, I don't know if there was a pig bottom that said, "Go find me in the well."
Sort of a pig nun, maybe.
A pig nun.
I love that.
So anyway, that's pretty much the story. I mean, of course, there's a lot more details over the years of different things happening, but that's the Borley Rectory. Here's some honorable mentions. These are a little bit shorter. The Headless Nun of French Fort Cove in Miramichi, New Brunswick. 1700s. Sister Marie Inconnu, which means unknown in French. She was beheaded. Lots of beheading.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Lots of that.
That can't be the easiest way to kill people. You've thought about this.
I am thinking about it now. It's unknown exactly how she lost her head. Some say a hunter took it. What?
A hunter?
Others say she knew where a buried treasure was, and some sailors took her head because she wouldn't tell them. But people see her at French Fort Cove in Miramichi, New Brunswick. They see her headless, walking around looking for her head at night.
Aww.
That's got to be sloppy.
Yeah.
If you don't have a head.
If you don't have a head, you just want to find your head.
That is unfortunate. Just feeling around, trying to find.
Yeah, there have been a lot of nights where I've wandered through the street at night looking for head.
Hayden, we don't do that kind of stuff here.
I don't know what this...
We don't talk like that here. Okay, here's another one. La monja del vaso.
Wow.
The nun with the glass. Like a drinking cup glass.
Work.
Okay. San Juan de Dios Hospital in Costa Rica.
Oh.
I don't know if I told this story, actually. I'm not sure. So a couple of weeks ago, I did one of those gay cruises. I come back to Puerto Rico because I had a flight later that night.
Yeah.
So did my friend. And my friend was like, oh, I'm going to go rent a hotel, like whatever hotel, cheap hotel I find. So we're going to go stay in this hotel. We're just going to hang out so we have some place to be, and then we'll go to the airport later. So we go to this hotel. It's a hospital, an active hospital where one floor was a hotel.
Oh my God.
We go in there and we're like, this can't be right. Like the lift like dropped us off. We're like, there's no way. There's literally like a lady on a stretcher, like, ah! They're like wheeling her in. And then we're like at the front desk, like, where's the hotel? They're like, oh, it's like up a couple floors there. So we go up there and it's like they converted this, like they're all like hotel, like hospital bedrooms that are like now hotel, like you could rent it as a hotel.
Oh, spooky.
Yeah, I bet you something spooky happened in there.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. The thought of like being like, oh, long day, I'm laying down and you just hear hospital sounds all around you. That's spooky enough if you're already at the hospital, let alone if you're completely fine.
There was like literally patients like being wheeled in.
Wow.
Anyway, so that's not anything to do with what this is. This is a hospital in Costa Rica, and it's their oldest hospital. And according to legend, an unmarried young woman was forced into the nunnery by her family. Her job as a nun was to help the sick and dying, and she was so over it. She was like, this is not what I want to be doing. A man was dying, and he asked her for a glass of water, and she was all, let me think about it. No. She was all, survey says no. Because she was just not happy with her job. And so this guy wanted water. He's like, please. And she's like, I'm busy. He died. So she actually did feel bad. And she died before asking for forgiveness. So she has been cursed to roam the halls of this hospital with a glass of water. So people see her just walking around with a glass of water. But it's too late.
I see. I feel like we're not getting, like, it's a little unfair to only tell her side of the story. Like, what did that guy do? Like, I feel like, you know, nurses, nuns, they deal with a lot. They have to talk to people a lot. It's like, I'm sure that guy was saying some crazy stuff before he was asking for a glass of water. And she might have just been like, you know what?
Fuck this guy.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
That guy was a misogynist. That guy was being rude.
It's possible.
We don't know.
We don't know. You got to believe women.
I do stay on the side of women, you know? That's important to me.
Well, here's one more woman. The
Thank
bleeding
God.
nun of Weimering Manor in Portsmouth, England.
A lot of liquid going on with these nuns.
These are some
These
juicy
are some
nuns.
wet nuns.
Okay, so this next one was at Weimering Manor. Okay, this place goes back to 1042. Wow. The first owner was King Edward the Confessor. I don't know who that is, but
Sounds like he was honest.
he spilled honey.
He spilled.
He was filled with the tea. So there's a ghost on top of the stairs by the attic door, and it's a nun that stares down at you with her hands dripping blood.
Ooh.
One owner said that he saw a choir of nun ghosts walking through the hall at midnight chanting. They're all doing a cappella.
Yeah.
They're all bum, 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 like doing all those.
Sort of glee. I think that's beautiful that they can kind of still pursue some artistic passion in the afterlife.
Yeah. Who said just because you're dead doesn't mean you have to stop doing your a cappella number?
That's right. Even the dead can sing.
All right. Well, that concludes none of your business.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie. This is like kind of comfortable. I kind of want to keep it on.
I think that, you know, this could be something for you. Your bangs really do work.
Yeah? I love nuns so much.
Yeah. I think what is interesting to me about the nuns is it always kind of seems to be their fault. Like, they keep dying, and it's like nobody's really blaming anybody else except for...
Interesting.
I don't know. I think there's some misogynistic elements going on with how we...
For sure. My personal opinion, like nuns and priests, I think that saying you are not allowed to have sex really can fuck with someone.
Yeah, I would be pissed. Somebody asked me for a glass of water and I haven't had sex ever. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna kill your ass. Like, you're done. That's it. I've had enough.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that has to be a very hard life, and I don't think that it's fair.
No.
But it's sort of like, if they do anything human, like have, fool around with a monk one day.
Yeah, if they're like, I've had enough of getting people glasses of water.
Or that, then it's like, this person's horrible. Like, now for eternity, we have to think of them like they're so bad.
Yeah.
But like, they're being humans.
They were sacrificing a lot.
They were.
I feel like my thoughts about ghosts are ghosts just have unfinished business, right? And so I'm like, what do we need to do to kind of get these nuns back, off the mortal plane? Because I don't think that their unfinished business could just be like, handing the glass of water or like fucking the monk. Like, I think they need something else. They need like maybe they do need sex, actually. Maybe that's it. Maybe they...
I think, like, okay, so this one with the glass, it's supposed to be like she's cursed. Like her curse, because she didn't ask for forgiveness for not giving the guy water. Now she is forced to roam with water.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily like an unfinished... I mean, I guess that is her unfinished...
She is cursed, I guess.
She's like cursed, okay? And then like some of these other ones, it's like they were killed like when they weren't ready. So now they're just like, I'm not ready to go. What the hell?
Yeah. They need to show these nuns a good time or something. I think they're missing out on a lot in life, and then they die and they don't get to have any fun.
That's why I would be like a fun nun.
You would. I mean, I think that you could do a real sister act. I think that you could get some people dancing.
Oh my God. I would teach them like how to Vogue, even though I don't really know. But like, I just want to see a bunch of nuns. Like, my God, the things I would teach a nun.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Do you know about the nun convent that Katy Perry kept trying to buy?
No.
I used to live right by it in Los Feliz.
What?
There's like this gorgeous nun convent that has like a pool and like it's like a Spanish style mansion, and she kept trying to buy it from the nuns. And the nuns were like, girl, no.
My original thought was not that she just wanted the house, it was that like she wanted the nuns. Like,
well, one of the nuns mysteriously died during trial.
And then Katy Perry went to space and said, I'm washing my hands of that. Wow.
I'm wide awake.
Yeah. You're going to hear me roar in the house at midnight, and it's my spirit. Something like that.
Something like that. Can I show you a haunted doll?
I'd love to see a haunted doll.
It's time for
The dolls are living.
I go to eBay. I find haunted dolls.
Yes.
This one that we have today is really something.
I can't believe how many of these there are.
Hundreds, thousands at all times.
Crazy.
It's an industry. This one's name is Gordon, and he's going for $29. Jiha, show us Gordon.
You got it, Roz.
Yes, mama.
Wow.
Gordon is serving.
I was not expecting Gordon to... Is Gordon like a femboy? Like, what's going on with Gordon?
I have seen this person at a Chapel Roan concert.
Okay, work.
Gordon has like full clown white face and just like a full beat, like lips, eyes,
Wow,
eyebrows, all painted on, some blush. Gorgeous. Pearl necklace.
Yeah. No eyebrows on
hat.
Gordon. I want to see Gordon without the makeup, honestly. I'm interested.
And then when we see the full look, it's like an oversized coat.
It's giving Harry Styles.
I love Gordon.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Long skirt. It's really
Yeah.
go to Ghosted by Roz on Instagram to see this picture.
Ugh, little kitten heel.
A kitten heel, comfort.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very into Gordon's look.
Ugh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, I'm obsessed with Gordon.
So here's what it says about Gordon. Gordon is so special and unique. She died in 2020.
Oh,
Oh, God. Okay.
gasp. I've been wondering.
So apparently Gordon's a she.
Okay, well,
She lived in Oregon. Since she died, she's been in 5 different dolls. This is a cute one. If you had to, I
Yeah.
don't know what the other ones were wearing, but
I think she's kind of found her moment.
did I just touch your foot?
You did.
That was weird.
Gordon's getting us crazy in here.
Gordon said that she likes this doll, this vessel, and she occupied it just this year. I asked her why she likes it, and she said, I like riveting people. She had a boyfriend named Sam. I asked her what they did for fun. She said, quote, we went to Fresno a lot.
How old is the ghost?
She was only 25.
Okay.
I asked why, and she said, friends there.
This is a modern ghost.
Yes, she died in 2020.
Oh, wow.
It says Gordon said that she built websites for a living. Her favorite food is ham sandwiches. Her favorite color is green. Her favorite scent is violet. When I asked what she was most looking for in her new guardian or guardians, she replied, open-minded people. I feel like that's what you polyamorous people are always saying.
Something like that, yeah.
I just want someone open-minded.
Yeah, and it's ultimately because we want to be sluts.
I asked Gordon what her guardian or guardians should know about her, and she said, quote, my hands hurt. She went on to explain that she had fibromyalgia, and the pain in her hands never went away, even after death. I asked her what her guardians can do to help her, and she said, feed me. She basically has difficulty using her hands for a lot of things. Well, I don't understand. The ghost. Are we talking about the ghost or the actual doll? I don't know.
I think that the ghost, unfortunately, the ghost still has fibromyalgia in death, which really sucks.
That really sucks. You would think that would go away.
You would hope. But I guess also, I mean, the doll does seem to have very tiny hands.
Yeah.
So.
But the hands, it appears, match the face skin tone.
Yeah.
So it's not like she drew on the white. She's fully white like that. It says Gordon loves children and pets. She likes hugs and kisses, but not cuddling, please. Ooh. Gordon will make her presence known in a variety of ways after she feels settled into her new home. She reads minds. She is excellent with pendulums to communicate. She will use your computer. You'll see it scroll up and down on its own.
It'd be quite annoying. I don't know.
Well, she is a website builder.
I know, but I'm trying to do my own stuff.
Well, she's drawn to it. Gordon is such an interesting name.
Gordon's really. Do you get a lot of ghosts that are like modern? That are like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every once in a while, one pops in. I mean, I wouldn't mind having like a haunted doll era. Like ultimately, I would like to go wherever else, but I wouldn't mind like seeing what it's like and see how I can capitalize and like see if I can be like the next Annabelle or something like that.
Yeah,
I would give it a try.
I think so. I think you do have to find the right one. It's kind of like dating. I'm sort of getting it now.
I want my own like film series based on the crimes I commit as a doll.
Okay.
Can I play you some ghost voices?
I love ghost voices. This is my favorite.
It's time for
EVPs
or EVPs.
You're selling it. I love this.
Okay, these are both from a account on YouTube called Ghost Hunter 9223. What, Hayden Johnson, is this Silly ghost saying. These were both recorded at Merrimack Caverns in Sullivan, Missouri. Here we go, Hayden. What's it saying? Yeah, let me play it again.
Is it saying like I'm here? I'm down here. This is a hard one.
Let me give you some options.
Okay.
Did they think it was A, you're a dickhead? B, we will take her. C, you would think that. Or D,
Okay.
girl, you stink bad.
Okay.
Okay, it's one of those.
Oh. Now hearing all of those, I think it sounds like I will take her, but I want it to be I think you stink bad. I like that one.
Girl,
most.
you stink bad. They believe it is saying B, we will take her.
Yeah.
Listen again. Okay.
Why be so scary?
We will take her. Why not? It'd be fun.
I guess.
I think it'd be fun.
This is in a cave?
A cavern.
Okay. Totally different.
Very different.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's one more. Same place. What's this one saying?
Stepping on some rocks?
There's some crinkle crumpling.
Eating a bag of chips? I am going to need some options.
Yeah, that's
it
a
just
hard
sort of
one.
sounds like.
Is it A, I said you smell, girl? Is it B, look around us? C, can I help you? Or D, does that feel good? It's one of those.
I think this is the sound of I think this is the sound of Gordon eating a ham sandwich.
They believe it's B, look around us. Let me listen for that.
Us. I guess. I kind of hear look.
Guess.
Yeah. That's sort of a ghost that's really scared about the political climate right now.
Look around
Look
us.
around us.
We have to be.
We have to be present. We have to be
Yes.
with each other.
Okay, last thing. I'm just going to ask you some thoughts and feelings about some paranormal stuff. Do you believe mermaids are real?
Oh my God. I want them to be real.
Some
so
people say there
bad.
are. There's mermaids.
I've seen that documentary about the mermaids.
The mer people.
Yes.
I love that.
I mean, I think that mermaids are real in the sense that I think that there are people that are doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, with their fake tails, having fun.
with their fake tails, and like I think that we're only getting closer to like that kind of being a thing. I see in the future people being able to elect to get the tail surgery.
Oh, that's interesting. So, because those people really do, like, some of them identify as a mermaid.
Yes, and honestly, I live for that. I think that you should get into that.
I wonder. See, that's the thing when you're like a scientist or a surgeon that's done all this work, all this schooling, all this whatever career, and it's like, I'm sure someone has begged them, like, can you please look into developing how to take the skin of a dolphin and sew it onto my body so that it will stay as skin? And they're like, no, okay, fine, I'll try.
I think that we just need one kind of crackpot doctor that's like ready to go in on it.
That's interesting.
Like I don't know. I think we need to work on gills first of all. I think that's going to be huge.
Oh, the gills would be big.
Once we can get gills, and then I
Yeah.
think we're going to see a lot of these like Disney adjacent women getting the full mermaid
The bottom
tail.
surgery.
The bottom surgery. That's the bottom surgery that nobody's talking about, that I think we need to be devoting more time to.
Interesting. Or will they figure out how to crossbreed with fish?
Oh, well, that's maybe a darker reality that I don't want to. I like the thought of.
I like your idea.
I like my idea.
Your version.
Your idea might even be the easier thing, but I think that's going to come out looking less like the mermaids we know and love, and more like some kind of fucked up monster. Yeah, because that's kind of like full. It's not half human, half fish. That's sort of full fish. And
well, it's
full
not
human.
sectioned off into halves.
Exactly.
But it's like the makeup of it is half human. It's mixed.
Yeah, but you're gonna get like, I don't know if you're getting arms. I don't know if you're getting
but that's
like
the
a face.
fun.
Maybe that's beautiful.
That's the mystery.
Maybe I need to re-examine my beauty standards.
Yeah, I
and
think you do.
Sort of look at that. Okay.
What do you think about Deja Vu? Or like,
Oh,
do you ever go, oh, I feel like I met you before?
yeah. I think that something that happens for me a lot is I have dreams of things, and then like later it'll happen to me in real life, and I'll be like,
Are they ever important?
rarely, but they are like substantial. It'll be like like an argument, or some kind of like, I'll be in some place that I've never been before, but I'll see it like in a dream. I don't know what that is, but I feel like that happens to me fairly often.
Do you interpret it in any way other than, whoa, that was weird? Or do you like look into that more? Like for me, for example, if that happens to me, I'm like, okay, that means this is where I'm supposed to be. But do you think about that at all or no?
I do. I mean, it'll happen to me and I'll go to the people that I'm around. If I'm around everyone, I'm like, I had a dream about this, but I don't know what else to do with that because it's already happened.
Have you ever seen Final Destination?
I have not.
Because that's what that is.
Yeah.
This kid, he like has a dream that the entire plane is going to fall down, and then he goes, and then it happens.
Yeah. See, I haven't prevented anything from happening to me yet. Every time I'm just like, oh, I thought this was going to happen, and then
That's
it did.
the thing. I feel like a lot of psychics and powers like that, it's like, yeah, it can happen. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like I think sometimes you just...
Yeah. Like one time I remember when I was a kid, the first time that I thought, like, this is crazy. I had a dream about like a new like art teacher and like a new art room. And then I was like there. And then like a month later, we had a new art teacher and a new art room. And I was like, but I couldn't be
I
like,
did this.
But it's like, what? Like, that's not really like, I don't need to like kill the art teacher or anything. Like, there's no like stakes attached to that.
Well, that's also, you could be like, you guys, I knew this was going to happen. And then everyone's like,
Sure you did.
who gives a shit?
Exactly. Yeah. Shut up, gay kid.
Yeah. Give me your
Yeah.
lunch
Give me your lunch money.
Okay, last thing. Past lives. You got bangs, you're polyamorous.
Yeah, I must have learned a lesson before. I must have learned a lesson about something. Yeah, I can get into that. I can get into that because I feel like, really, I think I would interpret that more as like generations and like maybe like the spirit of like your family being passed down to you. Something like that.
Okay, so like an ancestral thing.
Yeah, because I like to think that like it wouldn't be completely random. Like, feels like maybe if I've learned some lessons in past lives, they are at least like somewhat applicable to like me now. Like, it doesn't feel like they're lessons from like another culture. It feels like, oh, that was like somebody living in like backwoods Tennessee, and then like they learned something, and now I'm polyamorous because of that. So that's what I think, and like I would love for that to be true because I would love to come back and get into some even more crazy shit. You know, what's the thing that I do after I'm polyamorous? What's the next?
Oh, where do you
level?
go from there?
I know. I feel like I'm the craziest my
Mermaid
generation
play?
has seen. Oh, maybe I'm a mermaid in my next life. Oh, God, that's why we need to invest in this. People are so like, oh, we can't invest in the future because I'm not going to be around for it. You don't know. What if you come back and you get the opportunity to do mermaid play, but you don't have a chance because you destroyed the earth? This is why we need to care.
This is why we need to care. This is the future we need.
I know.
I just realized we're both dressed like nuns. Still.
I love it.
It's actually really comfortable. Like,
Really?
I actually kind of like it. Is yours not?
It's kind of itchy. Maybe it's like burning my head.
Yeah, that could be.
It knows I'm not supposed to be wearing
You're
this.
not supposed to have this on.
So this is a sinner.
Tell us everything about you before we go. You get 1 minute. That's all.
You can follow me online at Instagram _Hayden_Johnson or on TikTok, which I'm getting quite into. I'm really investing in.
Are you getting big on there?
Yeah, I'm having some fun on TikTok.
How many followers?
It's just like almost 200,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
She's getting big.
It's pretty fun. And I didn't think it was for me because I thought it was like I'd have to like kind of do like trends and stuff. But
you just go on there, say some crazy shit.
And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So TikTok, Hayden with 3 H's and 2 N's. And then you can come and see me and other trans comedian Nori Reed do Transit Girls. And look for the documentary We Are Pat featuring me and Roz.
And a bunch of other trans comedians.
Who you will love.
We'll tell you more about that
You'll
later.
see. You'll see.
Once we see
Once
it,
we see it, we'll know.
then you'll know how much we're going to talk about it.
We're prematurely endorsing like a takedown of us.
I think it's going to be amazing.
I can't wait.
All right. Well, anyway.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for doing that.
What's that at the foot of my bed? It's spooky and kooky. I'm pretty sure it's dead. It's coming this way. Wait a minute.